Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of RollPlay One Shots. We're calling this campaign Death, Frost, Doom. It's a campaign that Steven has brought to us. And you're probably recognizing a lot of these faces, as well as maybe not, if you're around from the roleplay community and maybe not ever seen the GiantWaffle or the BaconDonut. Actually, it's just BaconDonut. There's no the. I'm sorry about that. But you're probably recognizing Steven. Rachel's been on a One-Shots before, and I'm sure you recognize my face because, hey, this is my channel. But if you're completely unfamiliar with what goes on with roleplay, we're basically going to be playing D&D for the next 4 hours. So hopefully you guys are in for a treat. Because it's going to be a little bit interesting. Steven, how many times have you played 5th edition, the edition that we're playing?
Total sessions, I think this will be like session number 5.
Okay. So still a learning experience, but should be good. We've got the player's handbook that came out recently, so we have a little bit more rules to work with than the last time we did a one-shot with this.
Oh, yeah.
I think Steven and Waffle, you guys both have that. The rest of us were kind of going in blind. But why don't we just go around here and you guys can give a quick introduction of yourself. Waffle, we'll start with you, who's casually leaning back in his chair.
I'm ready to go. What's up? I'm Waffle, GiantWaffle on Twitch. I stream Minecraft typically. I've been expanding out variable games here and there. I stream every day, but I'm in school, so it's kind of like whatever. I go with the flow a lot, so it's not really a schedule or anything. But I stream a lot with Bacon. Bacon's here. Bacon, hi.
Hi.
We duo cast a lot and everything. We're pals. I'm Waffle, he's Bacon. We're the Breakfast Club, and that's kind of how it is. Bacon, you take it off then.
There you go.
I'm BaconDonut. I also stream a lot of Minecraft. Other games too, but mostly Minecraft. And I'm live Monday through Friday at twitch.tv/bacon_donut. And I start at 8 p.m. Central Time and go for, 8 hours or so, Monday through Friday, with occasional bonus stuff like this. So I have played a lot of D&D like ages ago, and it's been a long time, so I'm really excited about this. This is going to be great.
Did you give a rundown of your history, Waffle? You've played for like 5 years or something, right?
I actually haven't played with a lot of different groups. I played with one group for 5 years and had a 5-year campaign going.
Wow.
And that's like the main D&D. I did 3.5 for a long time. So I've also did like a little bit of D20 Modern and D20 Fantasy. But that's kind of it. Nothing kind of earlier than that. I'm young. I'm like 20, man.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'm not quite 40, and when I was in high school, D&D like kept me sane, right? So for me, it was AD&D, and I played a ton of that, but I've never touched 5th edition. I did like one short campaign of 4th, and a little bit in 3. So I don't know. I'm rusty.
Cool. Well, it's fine. You'll fit. We've had people in here
I'm sure
who have never played a tabletop game before, and they did just fine. So I'm not too worried about it. Rachel, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I'm the newbie here actually when it comes to like role-playing games. I think the other time we did roleplay was the only other time I've done this before, so I try to overcompensate, be really prepared here, and I brought my,
you're
my
more
wizard
prepared
robe.
than everyone else.
No, I'm impressed.
I'm super ready. But yeah, I'm part of the Frag Dolls. We stream all week long, twitch.tv/fragdolls. I do a lot of esports hosting, come from a lot of stuff like that, so we go way back to those MLG days.
There you go. Last but not least, our DM for the day, and also the DM on Roleplay R&D, and cast member on Roleplay Swan Song. He's all over the place when it comes to roleplaying. Steven, introduce yourself.
What's up? Hello, roleplay crew. We're here this evening to play Death, Frost, Doom.
Dun, dun,
Terrifying adventure designed originally for Lamentations of the Flame Princess, but adapted by yours truly for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. I am on the internet at Silent0siris, and you can find me on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch. And most of what I do is revolving around playing role-playing games. But I also am the lead level designer for a game called Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade, so you should definitely go check that out. And that's about it. I am so hyped to get this started.
Cool stuff. Well, I think I've done my part, and I think it's your turn to get us started. I think we're going to spend the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes doing character creation. I think everyone has an idea, at least a name and a class, but we do need to make some rolls, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so first things first. Everybody's got their like the 3-pager character sheet I sent out earlier opened up.
Yes.
Yep.
print it out,
Excellent.
Steven. I get the golden star. from the future.
Yeah, definitely. Gold star
Oh,
for
shit.
printing out.
Waffle as well.
What?
Not
Come on,
unique
man.
anymore.
I like it. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is choose a race. So just write in on the character sheet there, up at the top where it says race, write, Dragonborn or whatever it is that you're going to be. And along with that, you're going to flip through the starter basic rules to where your race is listed. And it's going to give you some names, like, for example, the dwarf says dwarf names. But then under traits, it's going to say ability score increase. So for dwarf, your constitution score increases by 2.
Gotcha.
So just
It's on
put,
page 6, by the way.
yeah.
I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
What? Mine's on page 13.
Might be 13. Let's trust the
Step
DM.
by step character creation is on page 6.
There you go. Okay. Yep. Found it.
Yep. So just mark a note under where it says Constitution on your character sheet, for example, that you need to add 2 to that when we get to the actual rolls.
Gotcha.
So then you'll also take a look. Your age, just choose something appropriate. Make sure you mark down your speed. So like where it says speed on your character sheet, it's about the top middle above, like the right of a trio of boxes in the top middle of your page. Just write 25 if you're a dwarf, or probably 30 for just about everybody else.
Sure.
In the bottom right hand corner where it says features and traits, and it's got this big long box, you can write down just about everything else. Dark vision, dwarven resilience. In the lower left, you can write weapon proficiencies that you may get for being a dwarf or whatever it is. Any tool proficiencies, anything else like stone cunning, languages, put all of that on your character sheet.
Okay. Where the hell is size at on here? I guess that doesn't matter. We can just say how low we are.
Size doesn't matter.
Size doesn't matter, yeah.
That's true.
Silly boys.
All right, cool. I think I'm all good.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Humans have a variant trait.
Yeah, humans can take feats instead of taking the +1 to all of their ability scores.
Well, you can only do 2 instead of all. Okay.
So JP, what's your race?
I'm playing human, obviously, because I was just talking about it. And do you want to you ask me the questions, I'll answer them, typically, as we do.
Well, I was going to go through everybody's race and then continue on with the character creation.
Sounds good.
Waffle, I think you had planned your race out ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm doing a Dragonborn because I've never played one before, and I'm going to be under the ancestral dragon of Bozak, so I'm bronze, which makes a difference in my breath weapon that I get. So I shoot lightning.
Yeah, that makes your lightning breath weapon awesome. Bacon, what's your race?
Well, can you tell me what the world setting is like?
It's kind of, like generic fantasy. So
Okay.
most of the world is run by humans. There are a couple elves that live in enclaves, a couple dwarves that live up in mountains or in like massive stone halls that are largely sort of crumbling and decaying. And the other races are very much more rare. Halflings have occasional little villages and towns that they run control over. But Dragonborn are quite uncommon. It's pretty rare that you'll see one. Half orcs, half elves, also not very often seen. There's a race called Tiefling who actually, kind of like a Dragonborn, is like a half dragon creature. A Tiefling is like a half demon creature. And they also tend to stay far away from everybody else because they're misunderstood.
Bacon, if you play a gnome, I'll be so happy. Like you
There are
don't know.
gnomes too.
Do the halflings still have that broken trait, Steven, where they can like re-roll any failed save or some shit like that?
I think they get to reroll ones once a day or something like that. Lucky, when you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can reroll the die and must use the new roll. That's pretty good.
Pretty OP.
I don't need good. I want to be a half elf.
There you go.
Half elf.
Yes.
Do you have the player's handbook?
No.
Ooh.
I don't want to make
Let
it
me-
difficult for you. I'm fine to pick something else if that's.
Let me encourage you to
uncomfortable.
go with elf, since you can look at the all the traits for that yourself.
Yeah, it's on page 15 if you want to. Your dexterity award increased by 2. I mean, that's pretty good for what I think you have in mind.
Okay, fine.
You also get dark vision.
Yeah, pretty good for what you got in mind.
Elf.
Awesome. So take a look
That's
at that
fine.
on page 15. So Elf and Seltzer.
I'm a human.
A human. Awesome. Have you recorded all of your stats already?
I'm working on it.
I don't think humans have too much. But yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I wrote down is the +1 ability scores are the alternative. Speed is 30, and there was really nothing else worth noting. Like, we don't get...
Yeah, you should choose a second language that you speak. But other than that, humans don't have a lot of customization.
Okay.
They're kind of bog standard.
Waffle, do you have a second language as this, like, dragon shit that
I have
you are?
Draconic and Common is what they give me.
Okay.
So I don't think I give... Like, humans get to choose one, right? I don't think I get to choose one.
Well, since I don't want to get ahead, but I'll speak Draconic as well. It'll make sense.
Sweet. What's up, Dragon Brother? Wait, what race are you
So-
again?
I'm
Human?
human. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a list of languages, or can I just do cat? Or
Let's see if there's a list of languages. I know that
it's gonna be useful later. I feel it.
I know that there is one somewhere. Here, let me grab my rule book. See if I can read them out to you.
Now,
I know there's like Elvish and Dwarvish and Goblin and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
Giant.
I'm gonna speak Goblin. I pick it right now.
Right on.
Goblin.
is there a digital editing version of the character sheet? Because I don't have this printed off.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I should send that to you right now. Here. All right, Bacon, check our chat. There's the link to the, it's 3-page editable, fillable character sheet. And if anybody in chat is wondering where that comes from, it actually comes from the Wizard site. If you just go to the Wizard site and search for character sheet, you can download. They've got like 8 variations of character sheets, and it's actually really nice.
Yeah, they've got pretty much everything except for the actual books. But you can use the basic rules and play a game like we did in the past. So.
They don't have cat language. What the heck?
I know, disappointing.
I know.
I don't think cat people exist.
More of a whispering, I guess.
in D&D.
Mm.
All right, all good, Steven?
Well, it's up to you guys. Have you guys finished taking down all your notes?
I think so. People can catch
Okay.
up if not.
So, continuing on then. I've found that now it's the best time to choose your background. So instead of going to your class, go to Chapter 4, Personality and Background. That's on page 33 of the Basic Rules. And it's also Chapter 4 in the Player's Handbook. So think about like where your character came from, what he or she has done in the past, and that'll start helping you choose a background for your character.
Are we sticking to alignments? Do you care for alignments?
Feel free to choose one. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it for this. And in my D&D games, most people in the world tend to be unaligned because they just don't really care about the tenets of goodness or evilness or law or chaos.
Gotcha.
They tend to care, more about surviving. So, for example, you could choose to be an acolyte who was once a temple sort of servant, or a criminal, or an entertainer. All of these ideas. And you'll notice that each of these entries gives you skill proficiencies, tool proficiencies, languages, and equipment. So, for example, the criminal gives you skill proficiencies in deception and stealth. And so on your character sheet, where you're going to put that is down under these skills, which is next to your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. Any one that you're given, you're just going to click the little radio button. And then we'll find out what that means in a little bit. And then you can put down in the other proficiencies in languages in the lower left, you can put tool proficiencies that you're given. And then under equipment, you can drop any equipment that you have as a result of your background. Let me know once you've taken all of those details down, and then we'll roll for our personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws.
So under soldier, it has some random tables for the specialty. Can I roll for this?
Absolutely. Feel free to just go ahead, hop into Roll20, type /roll, and then like 1d6 rolls a 6-sided die.
All right, so specialty, okay. And then, oh, that's just the extended. Never mind. Is there anything else? Nope, that's it. Where does this stuff go? On the second page?
Let me take a look.
First page, top right.
Yeah, first page,
gotcha.
top right. So you're going to end up rolling 2 personality traits, 1 ideal, 1 bond, and 1 flaw. You can also choose any of this stuff. If you want to roll it, what I suggest is instead of rolling like 2d8 for your personality traits, roll 3d8 and pick the 2 that you like the most.
Gotcha.
Instead of rolling, 1d8 for your ideal, roll 2d8 and pick the one you like the most. So Seltzer, have you chosen a background for yourself yet?
Well, I know what my background is. I'm just looking here in the. I guess maybe I'm a criminal.
Okay.
it's my brutal realization here.
Well, nobody's going to hold that against you now. That's all behind you.
I've been rolling with the
not.
gypsies. Gypsies are criminals, right?
I think that's true.
Sure. An extended
Yes.
set of criminality for sure.
Bacon, what are you looking at?
When you say background, is this some sort of mechanic, or are you just talking about storyline?
Well, it gives you proficiencies with skills, and it also gives you certain starting equipment, but then that also defines a little bit of storyline as well.
Okay,
So
so this
it-
is a game mechanic. So what page is this found on?
Yeah, so let me see here.
I think it's 33. What page am I on? They start around
the,
like 36.
The first background starts on page 37, and that's the Acolyte. And then there's the Criminal on 38, Folk Hero 39, Sage on 40, Soldier on 41.
Okay.
And Waffle, how about yourself?
I'm going to be noble,
Excellent.
which is like the exact opposite of Seltzer.
I'm sensing harmony in the group already.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go with criminal.
Cool. This will be fun.
Maybe you and Rachel know each other then.
Yeah, it's worth considering.
Is it
So you'll
possible?
you'll get the skill proficiencies for deception and stealth. Tool proficiencies include one type of gaming set, so like cards or dice or something, and thieves' tools. Your equipment includes a crowbar, a set of dark common clothes including a hood, and a belt pouch containing 15 gold pieces. And you can look on the bottom of your character sheet, bottom center of the first page. It says CP, SP, EP, GP is gold pieces, and then PP for platinum. That's in the equipment box. So just drop your 15 in there.
Gotcha.
This is a beautiful character sheet.
It is very nice, isn't it?
It is.
They did a good job with that. So, JP,
Hello.
tell me about your ideals, bonds, flaws, personality traits.
I need to roll for them real quick. So
Cool.
let's do this. Personality trait. We need 2 of these.
Yeah, so roll 3d8 and pick the 2 you like the most.
We'll just do 2d8. 7
Sure.
and 4. I have a crude sense of humor. Great. That's pretty much every character I play. I'm full of inspiring and cautionary tales from my military experiences relevant to almost every combat situation.
Awesome. So drop that in the personality trait in the upper right-hand corner.
All right.
And while you're doing that, Waffle,
Yep.
why don't you grab some personality traits for yourself as well?
Oh yeah, I have fashion, so I care about my looks quite a bit. And
That's your
That's-
ideal, right?
no, it's personality trait.
Really?
Yeah, I take great pains and always look the best and follow my latest fashions. Or the
Nice.
latest fashions. And then I also got a
Fashion.
yo, please. I'm noble.
You
Come on, man.
gotta look good when you're out and about.
That's true. And then I
Oh,
also
I
have
love
I rolled a if you do me an injury, I will crush you, ruin your name, and salt your fields. So like vengeance, never forget kind of thing.
Fantastic.
That is glorious.
Yeah.
Seltzer, I saw you just rolled. Which 2 are you finding attractive?
Let's see. I would rather make a new friend than a new enemy. And the first thing I do in a new place is note the locations of everything valuable or where such things to be hidden.
Awesome. Bacon, you following along with this?
No, I'm lost. Where is it?
So have you found page 37 yet?
Yes.
Awesome. So that's the Acolyte background. The page 38 has the criminal background, Folk Hero on 39, and Sage on 40. Soldier on 41.
So I'm a criminal. I got that far.
Yep.
Cool. And then so roll 1d8 to choose your criminal specialty.
Ooh, can I
should
use
make
my own
Seltzer
dice
do
for
that
this?
first. Yeah.
Nice. These dice are. I've been talking about them forever, but for anyone watching that hasn't seen it, at PAX I bought these
those are the
solid metal
metallic?
dice,
Okay.
and they're just so amazing. I really love it. Okay, rolling. I rolled a 1.
You're a blackmailer.
Oh, nice. I like it. I approve.
Nice. Nice.
Then
So that's gonna have to. I'm gonna have to choose attributes like. I mean, like a blackmailer with no charisma would be terrible at his job.
true. That's very true. So also note down here, you get a feature from your background. So like criminals get a criminal contact. You have a trustworthy and reliable contact who acts as your liaison to a network of other criminals. You know how to get him messages, even over great distances. You know local messengers, corrupt caravan masters, etc. Roll 3d8, Bacon.
Let's see. 4, 7, 7,
Roll that 7 again.
5.
So you can choose 2 from either I would rather make a new friend than a new enemy, I am incredibly slow to trust, those who seem the fairest often have the most to hide, or the best way to tell me to do something is to tell me I can't do it. So that's in the upper right hand corner of the criminal page. Under personality traits, you choose 2.
5 and 7.
Right on. And you can mark those down in the upper right-hand corner of your character sheet under personality trait. And these are fluff and like background about your character. They're actually also mechanical. The biggest way that you gain an advantage in combat is through a system called, logically, advantage. Which means you roll 2d20 and you take the highest result. It's really nice, really convenient. There's no more like +1s or +2s from random little things. You just have advantage or you don't. If you play a downside to your personality trait, ideals, bonds, or flaws, I give you advantage to one roll of your choice. That's called inspiration.
Cool. I like that.
So make a note on all of this stuff and we'll keep going forward.
I'm sure I'll forget all about it, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Roll a d6 for me, Bacon.
All right.
This is to choose your ideal.
4.
Roll a second one, and we'll pick the best of the 2.
3.
You're either motivated by charity or greed.
Oh, definitely greed.
All right. Write that down for us.
Ideal? Is there a slot for that too? Yeah, I see it.
That's right
I
under
see it.
personality trait.
Okay.
And then roll 2 more d6 to choose a bond. You only choose 1.
All right. 4 and 3. Let's see. I will become the greatest thief that ever lived, or something important was taken from me and I aim to steal it back. Do I choose one? Mm-hmm. How ambitious do I want to be? Why not? Let's go all out. 4.
All right. And then roll 2 more d6 and choose a single flaw.
All right, wait. I need to write this down. Hold on.
Okay.
That was Bond?
Yeah.
Greatest ever. Okay. And
Beautiful.
now we're rolling for flaw.
Mm-hmm.
2 again?
Mm-hmm.
Roll. Okay. 2 and 3. When faced with a choice between money and my friends, I usually choose the money. Or if there's a plan, I'll forget it. If I don't forget it, I'll ignore it. I like both of those. I'll go with
Those are
two,
both
though.
good. All
I'll go with
right.
two, though.
I like that. I can work with that.
Money over friends every time.
Your character's just an asshole.
I know.
He really is.
Everything you've chosen for like Jesus, they're really going for this like roguish asshole.
When I roleplay, I like to play stuff that's like contrary to my nature, you know, something that
Just
I
straight up extremes on everything.
completely different than what I'm used to in real life.
Yeah.
So you're a blackmailer. You're interested in greed.
I'm not just interested, man. I own that.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
am greed.
You'll become the greatest.
I kind of object to that, being a flaw, though.
And you choose money.
I mean, maybe you try too hard to be the greatest, you know? If there is such a thing.
Cool.
You go
So,
for things out of your reach, perhaps. Who knows?
Seltzer, let's hear about your criminal.
Well, I was rolling along also, and what I've
Excellent.
decided was that in addition to noting places of valuables and rather making a new friend than a new enemy, I'm motivated by charity, Stephen, and I steal from the wealthy so that I can, help people in need. Of course, my bond is something important was taken from me, and I aim to steal it back. I think that was something intangible.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, my flaw is that when faced with the... Oh, no, that's not it. I turn tail and run when things look bad. So good luck, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Let's get into this together.
What's your class again?
I'm a human wizard.
Okay.
All right, JP, how about your bonds, ideals, and flaws?
So I chose the soldier rule set for the ideal. I rolled a 5, which is live and let live. Ideals aren't worth killing over or going to war for, so neutral. The bond, I rolled a 1, which is I would still lay down my life for the people I served with. And my flaw was a 3, which is I made a terrible mistake in battle that cost many lives, and I would do anything to keep that mistake a secret.
Mm.
I'm telling everyone.
Hey, man, it's a secret. You don't know.
Bacon,
Waffle Man,
What's up?
what are yours?
I already told you I love fashion, and I'll take vengeance against anyone who insults my hair. I also
Did you notice the chat room is talking about your hair?
I did better. I also have the ideal respect, so they better respect the hair as well, and my dignity. My bonds.
So that ideal is that you need respect yourself?
Yes, because the hair.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because of the hair, yeah, of course.
For my bond, I will challenge anyone to win the approval of my family for my hair. And my flaw is that there's a scandal in my family. It might be my hair as well.
Is that maybe why you've left your family?
That could be it. Something I try to hide from.
Yeah.
With the Dragonborn, is your entire family Dragonborn, or are you just...
It's like what? It's like kind of like half dragonish if you think about it. So
So a dragon was in like human form and found your mother?
yeah,
or-
I mean dragons are like humans, right? Kind of. They have a human form. Is that
think
wrong?
so.
Yeah,
yeah.
dragons can often shape change into human forms, especially the good dragons or the metallic dragons, which bronze dragon is one.
I got,
That's
like,
excellent. So you've all written down the skill proficiencies, tool proficiencies, language, and equipment that you get from your background, and also any features that you might have. So, for example, the noble has the position of privilege. People are inclined to think the best of you. You're welcome in high society. Peasants like to, serve you. Things like that. Just make
So,
a
like-
note of that.
like Bacon. He's like a peasant, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Take note, Bacon. Write it down.
Wonderful.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
making notes.
Now is the time to choose our class. So, I think each of you have made your choice. Bacon, what's your class?
I am a rogue.
Excellent.
I never saw that coming, by the way, Bacon. Ever.
Right. That's
Like-
should be a shocker.
Yeah.
This is the plot twist time of the show.
Seltzer, I think I heard you say earlier you were choosing wizard, yeah?
That's right, Steven.
JP
Cleric.
and Waffle.
Paladin, man.
Paladin. So you can turn to your class page. So the cleric is on page 20. The rogue is on page 26, Bacon. The wizard is on page 29, Seltzer. And Waffle, I think you know where the paladin is because it's not in the player's handbook, or it's not in the basic rules.
84.
So just going through this, Bacon, I'll use the rogue as an example here. If you look on page 27, just take a quick look where it says quick build, and it will tell you sort of what is important for your character. It says first, dexterity should be your highest ability score. Make intelligence your next highest if you want to excel at investigation, or charisma if you want to deceive in social interaction. Great. Then take a note. You've got 1d8 hit dice per rogue level. So open up your character sheet again.
Are we gonna roll for HP, or are you giving us max?
No,
HP?
you're starting with max HP.
Gotcha.
It's 5th edition is deadly enough. I wouldn't want to make you roll for it.
Yeah. That's
get
why
a
I was
one.
asking.
So just make a note here in this central block on your character sheet where it says armor class, initiative, speed, current hit points. Under hit point maximum, put 8 plus your constitution modifier for the rogue. I think it's 6 for the wizard, 10 for the paladin, probably.
Yeah.
Probably 8 for the cleric. And then down in the lower left corner of that same box, it says hit dice. Total will be 1, and your hit dice is the size of the die that you're using. So D8, D10, D6 for the wizard. So, Bacon, you're going to put 1, and then a D10 for your hit dice.
Okay.
Now you're going to make a note of your proficiencies, include light armor, weapons, simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords, tools, thieves' tools. Your saving throws. So up next to dexterity, you're going to put a check mark in the radial button next to dexterity and intelligence as a rogue. And then this is why we did background first, because background just straight up gives you 2 skills, and it might overlap with your class skills. So you'll also choose class skills. So for the rogue, you're choosing 4 from acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigate, etc. So just put a check mark next to 4 of those listed skills.
So quick question, does the hit point maximum equal what my hit dice is? So
It's-
10 for me?
It's for a rogue, it's 8 plus your constitution modifier.
Okay.
So we'll figure out what your constitution modifier is once we roll for our ability scores. So just mark 8 plus con. And then immediately below your proficiencies, you'll also see your equipment. So we're going to just start with this equipment instead of buying equipment because it's quicker. So choose either A or B, a rapier or a short sword, A or B, short bow and quiver or a short sword, A or B, a burglar's pack, a dungeoneer's pack, or C, an explorer's pack. And those all have like random assortments of stuff. And then you automatically get leather armor, 2 daggers, and thieves' tools. Great.
What falls under medium armor? Is chainmail medium, or is that heavy?
So you should go to the equipment page and take a look at actually page 44.
Okay.
On the bottom of the page, there's this chart that says light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and shield. So medium armor is hide, chain shirt, scale mail, breastplate, and half plate.
Gotcha. So chainmail is heavy. Okay. And it says to use chainmail, we need to be proficient in it. And I don't think clerics start with proficiency in that, so it'd just be worthless to choose, I assume.
Well, let me see here. Chainmail is 16. It actually sounds like something clerics do get proficiency in. Let me see.
Because it
Light
says
armor
like
and
or
medium
chainmail
armor.
if proficient, but we
They
don't.
get light, medium, and shields.
Right.
But we don't start. Yeah. Do we get
Yes.
2 extra proficiency slots or anything like that?
No, you probably could have the option to get a proficiency for chainmail from your background, for example, but you don't get to just choose it. So,
Okay. I just won't
grab
choose it
scale
then.
mail, and then
Sure.
that's a nice strong armor to start off with. So once you're through noting down the equipment that you've chosen, your proficiencies, your hit points, also make a note of any class traits that you have. Like, for example, the cleric chooses a divine domain, and that grants him a couple of little things at level 1.
All right.
And so for the rogue, that's expertise. So, wow, okay. At first level, choose 2 of your skill proficiencies, or 1 of your skill proficiencies and your proficiency with thieves' tools. Your proficiency bonus, which we'll find out very soon, is doubled for any ability check you make that uses either of the chosen abilities or chosen proficiencies. So, like, if you wanted to be really sick at stealthing, you could just double your proficiency bonus for it. So that's awesome. Also, make note, Bacon, that you get sneak attack if you have
Nice.
either have advantage on the attack roll, or one of your allies is within 5 feet of your target. You deal an extra 1d6 damage because you're sneak attacking.
Nice.
You also know a thieves can't, so you can sort of converse with other criminals and thieves without anybody else understanding you. So everybody in the proficiency bonus slot on your character sheet, which is right next to the strength box, just write +2. And that's your current proficiency bonus.
Are we keeping track of weight for this one shot? Do you want us to?
No.
Okay, good.
No, we are not.
You better be.
I never keep track of weight. I'm the worst GM North America.
What? This might also be a little bit too much, but so for a Warhammer, it says the damage is D8 bludgeoning, but its property is it's versatile for D10.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean?
So a versatile weapon, you can use it in one hand, or you can upgrade to 2 hands. When you're using it two-handed, you use the versatile damage dice.
Gotcha.
Also make a note if, like, you have daggers, Bacon, and those are finesse weapons. Finesse weapons you can choose to attack with either dexterity or strength.
Nice.
Yeah. And ranged weapons use your dexterity. Thrown weapons use your strength. So, has anybody finished marking down all of their class features?
I think I'm good. Where do we put saving throws at? Where does that go?
Your saving throws, quote unquote, are actually just your ability modifiers. So,
Oh, okay. So I just need to highlight. Oh, never mind. I see it now. I
yeah.
couldn't find it on the sheet, is what I was saying. So
Yeah, it's right next to your dexterity block in case anybody else is having trouble finding it.
yep, I think I'm good to go.
All right, JP, go into Roll20 and click once in the lower left-hand corner where it says Roll Char. And that will roll up a character for you.
This is to show the macro bar, because I click that, it takes the space, but there's no bar.
Yeah, same thing here.
What?
Is roll
Yeah.
20? Do we have to get no
Hang
one
on.
the phone?
Maybe I need to edit this.
Maybe so.
Here we go. Visible to players, all players. Save changes. Try like hiding and then showing your macro bar again if it didn't just show up.
Oh, you got to click. So right above show macro quick bar, you got to
Oh,
click
I see it. Yeah.
where it says
Gotcha.
name, roll character. All right.
Ah, in bar. Nice.
There we go. Roll.
Yeah.
Aha.
Whoa.
Wow. So there you go. So the way this works is we're rolling 3d6 straight down the line. So these are your scores. Strength 11, dexterity 15, constitution 5, intelligence 15, wisdom 8, charisma 13. So
Wait, my con is 5? I'm like the worst fucking cleric in the
Oh, God.
so you also get to swap 2 of those scores.
Oh, okay. That's the save. Okay.
Oh, no fun.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait,
So
so
go
how do I
ahead.
do this?
Go ahead and write those down. So, Bacon Man, in the lower left-hand corner of Roll20, there should be a button called Roll Character or Roll Char. Or you can also type in chat, just type number sign, roll, and then it'll actually fill it in for you.
Do I really want...
There it is.
Oh, you got
Nice.
pretty good rolls.
So, Bacon, you got a 9 in Strength, 11 Dexterity, Constitution 9, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 12, and Charisma 11.
A very
So
average character.
you're going to put those numbers in the small bubble underneath the box for each of those ability scores.
You said
So,
we can
like-
move 2 at max, or 2, right?
Sorry?
We can only swap 2 stats.
Yeah, you can only change one stat with one other stat,
Okay.
and that's all the adjustment you get to make.
Wait, I'm just seeing the resulting 11. Where are you seeing the?
Scroll up.
Yeah, you should be able to scroll up in the
Oh,
bar.
I see. All right. Okay. I see it.
Oh, shit.
And make sure that once you've swapped the 2 stats that you want, so that you basically that lets you make your primary stat your highest stat, or negate the effects of a really low stat where you don't want it. Once you've done that, then you can go ahead and add in your modifiers from your class, or from your race rather.
Oh, right.
And
so
then-
we get +1 to... Okay.
And then we'll go over how that turns into ability bonuses.
So we just get one swap.
Yep. Waffle, you ready to roll your ability scores?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Oh man, look at that.
11, 12,
Strength
10,
11, Dex 12, Con
15.
10, Intelligence 8, Wisdom 15, Charisma 9. Not bad at all. Got a mighty attractive 15 you get to drop somewhere.
Yeah. Guess I should do it in strength. Or I should do it in charisma for my hair. I don't know. I feel like the hair would be smarter,
Well, I mean, maybe you have problems with people not respecting you for the hair.
And then strength would help,
I smell insecurity.
Yeah, yeah. And Seltzer, are you ready to roll?
All right, let's do this.
Sick. Cool.
I got the 5 in wisdom. Yeah, great.
What did you...
So,
12...
Dex 11,
Wow.
Constitution 14, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 5, Charisma 6.
Wisdom
Ah.
Now, in like 2 or I guess in Neil's edition of D&D, which I'm used to, and I think what a lot of the roleplay audience is used to, hotness and charisma are 2 different things. What is it, the ruling in 5.0? Is charisma equivalent to the attractiveness of a character?
I will leave your attractiveness up to you.
Okay.
Your charisma represents your overall force of personality, whether that's because you're hot and you know how to use it, or because you're simply like, someone that people want to follow. People are loyal towards you. Totally on your side.
Gotcha.
Makes
I'm
you
gonna
feel better.
swap my wisdom and my strength here. So my wisdom's gonna be 12. My strength's gonna be 5.
Now, are you sure you don't want to put something more in your intelligence? Because that's the primary stat for wizards.
Ah, well.
Because wisdom, that's not that big a deal for wizards. If you were a
Alright,
cleric,
Alright, so I should swap that 14 into intel.
I think that might be a good move.
There we go.
Yep.
Solid. I'm there.
Awesome. All right, y'all. So take a look at page 9 of the basic rules. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a chart that tells you what your score translates into for a modifier. So if the score is in the little bubble below the big box, you're going to put that modifier up in the big box. Make sure that before you do that, you add your racial bonuses to the ability score in question.
Oh,
Because it'll bump you up 1 level on your modifier. So for example, on this character I rolled up earlier, I had a 17 strength, which gives me a +3, a 13 dexterity at +1, 12 constitution at +1, a 16 intelligence at +3, 13 wisdom at +1, and 14 charisma at +2.
Wait, you said that was on page 9?
Yeah, of the basic rules.
I think you're
I'm not
lying to me.
seeing
I got on page 13. I don't know if that's your page, though.
What?
If you want to know, 8, 9 is -1, 10 to 11 is 0, 12 to 13 is +1, and 14, 15 is +2.
You know what? Maybe you guys grabbed the updated basic rules. I should totally do
We're-
that
we're
so
at
that I'm
point
not telling
2.
you guys where the wrong thing is.
We're on version 0.2. Oh, there it is.
Well-
It's on page 7, Bacon. Just scroll up a little bit.
7. Ugh, so many numbers.
Yeah.
Can do.
There it is. I see it. Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely not on page 9 in the updated rules. Yeah, I'm going to have to grab this new one so that you guys aren't raging at me this whole time.
Well, I mean,
I only have one attribute that gives me a plus.
Excellent.
Nice.
Which one is that one, Bacon?
Intelligence. Because I swapped wisdom and intelligence, so...
You don't want to make sure that your dexterity is the highest?
Well, in order to do that, I would have had to swap... That would have left me with a worse intelligence score.
True.
I get best overall results having 11 and 12 instead of, like, what, 10 and 12 or whatever.
Fair enough. All right, now it's just a bunch of bookkeeping. So go down your saving throws. And so for like strength, if you have a +3 in strength, drop a +3 there. If you have a check mark next to your saving throw, add your proficiency bonus as well. So if you had a +3 strength and you had a proficiency in strength saving throws, you'll end up with +5 in the saving throw square of your saving throw sheet. And you're going to do the same thing down the skills. So like acrobatics for dexterity. On my character sheet, I have a +1 and I'm not proficient. So my acrobatics proficiency is just +1.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so if you're proficient, do you add like 1?
No, so your proficiency bonus is +2. Everybody's proficiency bonus starts at +2.
Oh.
Right.
So for any ability that you don't have a proficiency bonus for, just put the bonus from your stat. For any ability that you do have the proficiency for, put the bonus from your stat +2. And just, mark all of those down. When you get down under, at the bottom there, where it says passive wisdom perception, put 10 plus your perception skill bonus. So since I have a +1 to my wisdom, perception is +1, 10 plus 1 is 11. That's my passive perception.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure if I'm following, so let me make sure here.
Totally.
So like strength, for example, that's what we're looking at, like saving throws.
Yep.
Right? So strength, I would put down 2 in there and then -1 because I have a low strength.
Exactly.
So I put a 1 next to strength there.
Perfect.
Okay, I gotcha.
And what are your 2 saving throws that you're proficient in, Bacon?
Dex and intelligence.
Cool. So actually for strength, it's just a straight -1. Because you're not proficient, so you don't get your proficiency bonus.
I see.
But for dexterity, you put your dexterity score and then you add 2 because you are proficient. Same thing with intelligence.
What's initiative? Is that Dex plus or 10? I don't know.
Initiative is just your dexterity score.
All right.
Or your dexterity modifier, rather.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool.
Excellent. So that's ability scores. We've already chosen our background. We've chosen our starting equipment. Your armor class depends on the armor that you got as a part of your starting equipment. So if you're ready to look at that, you can look on page 44 at the armor. So for example, leather armor is 11 plus your dexterity modifier. Scale mail is 14 plus your dexterity modifier to a maximum of 2. So just go ahead and calculate that out, slap that up in the armor class. You can also now identify what your current hit points are sitting at by taking the maximum of your first hit dice and adding your constitution modifier.
God. Worst cleric ever.
What is it?
6.
Yeah!
Because that's -2.
So don't like trip down the stairs or whatever. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wait, can I ask a question about skills again?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so I'm grabbing like anything where I have a positive, or okay, anything where my what is this? My skills come out more than 0. I click off.
No. Okay, so the skills, the little check boxes.
Yeah.
You'll remember back when you were choosing your wizard class, you got to choose at a certain point a number of skills. So let me take a look at that for you. Choose 2 from Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion. Just check 2 of those boxes, whichever your choice is from that list. And then you also got some of those from your criminal background, which I think was deception and maybe stealth, if I remember correctly. So those two should be checked as well. You can double check which of those are.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, yeah, I haven't done
And each of the ones that you have checked, you're adding +2 for because you get your proficiency bonus to those skills.
Oh, I forgot about that. Cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's important. And like the way that you level up, you never increase a skill unless you have your proficiency bonus applied to it. And as you level up, your proficiency bonus increases. So you start out kind of okay at just about everything and a little better at some things. By the end of the game, you're really good at the stuff that you're proficient at, and you're kind of shit at everything else.
Waffle, I know you asked this. What is initiative again?
Initiative is
Dex.
your dex modifier, yeah.
Oh, well, luckily I've got 13 or 16 dex.
If you have a feat, because you took one, I think there can also be like...
You have a better dex than the rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, hey, here we'll trade. You can be the one that tanks everything, and then I'll be the nimble one.
Yeah. Those nimble clerics in their scale mail.
Yeah.
Like a monk, yo. Just like...
My constitution of 9 will love to be a tank.
Yeah.
It just has tank written all over it. This will be good.
All right. Is there anything else, Steven?
That is literally everything. So real quick, why don't we talk about how we all know each other? Let me give you guys a little bit of background as far as like what's going on, and then you guys can decide how you know each other. We can take a break and jump straight into the game. For the people in chat who are like, oh my god, so hardcore, these scores are so low, oh my god. Death Frost Doom is an old school style module. And stats don't matter nearly as much as they would in like a modern 5th edition game. So the fact that some of these guys have 5s or 6s, it's really not that bad. The party's cleverness and ability to avoid horrible things happening will matter more than their stats. So,
Yeah, we're all done.
Yep.
Yeah, we're done.
They are dead. It's winter. The land is blanketed with snow. The town of Gullet is hibernating. The days are short. It's about late January. The air is humid and it is bitingly cold. You four have made your way somehow to a town called Gullet. It's a small town, about 1,500 residents, surrounded by low wooden walls that are basically just rough tree trunks chopped into a palisade. Most of the town is quite poor. It's kind of a backwoods area, off the beaten path, not really between any major cities. It's almost a little lawless. It has its own guardian force, but most of the major cities don't really care what happens. The biggest shrine in town is a shrine to a god called the Lord of Rut. He's a deer god of lust and competition and battle. One of you, and I'll let you decide who that was. One of you was in a nearby town, and an old noble, a feeble old man named Lord Roust, approached you. He had long, greasy gray hair, ivory false teeth. His hands were covered in liver spots. He confessed to you that he has spent a small fortune divining the location of a family heirloom that he has lost, called the Hand of Genric. He describes it as a skeletal hand that's been encrusted in jewels, and it belonged to one of his ancestors years and years ago, and it was lost from his family, decades ago. The divinations that he's purchased at great expense have revealed to him that this item is in a long unused crypt on the mountain that rests over top of Gullet. And so, since he promised you a reasonable sum in going to procure it, you've headed on the way to the town. Now, what you've discovered from talking with the locals in the town is that there is some kind of rumor about the mountain. People say there was a great evil that once lived upon the mountain and cursed the land. Nobody from the town of Gullet climbs the mountain, ever. But as time has gone by and the years have passed, there are people in town who say append that story with, but that's just an old wives' tale. There are fewer and fewer people every year who actually believe that there's anything wrong with the mountain itself. So, tell me how you guys know each other. JP, first of all, tell me your names. JP, what's your name?
The character's name is Art, A-R-T.
Art. Excellent. Waffle, how about yourself?
My name is Justice. I fight in the name of justice,
I
Always
like
spelled
that.
differently.
A noble paladin who believes that he deserves respect, will challenge anybody who sullies his name, fights in his own name
Hold on.
of justice.
How does a half dragon person have hair? I thought dragons typically wouldn't have hair. Aren't they like
Don't worry.
scaly?
I thought you would notice that. Don't worry about it.
That's an excellent question. Justice,
That
do you
might
like
be part of my flaw.
He's wearing a piece.
It's a toupee.
Yeah,
do you
are,
wear a
piece?
piece?
are we?
Yeah.
Are you using like? Are you wearing a wig?
I haven't even met you and I already hate you, Art.
No, we're old friends. Like, no, you got to tell me this, man. We know each other, so I got to know. Do you wear a wig?
I'm saving up to have surgery, okay? It's temporary, man. Please.
Is that a part of the scandal?
Oh, God.
That it was revealed that you don't actually have hair?
Shh. That's why I ran away, okay?
All right. I like this. Seltzer, what's your name?
I'm Barnacle.
Barnacle.
Is that your street name or is that your actual? Like, are you
That's
known as
what they
Barnacle
started
the
calling
Thief?
me. I
Okay.
barnacle onto traveling groups and go.
Okay.
And
Go where
runs
the waves
away at
take
the
me.
first sign of difficulty. Great.
Like that crust that you just can't get rid of off the bottom of your ship.
There you go.
And Bacon, what's your character's name?
My rogue is named Rouge.
Rouge.
Yep.
Genders, Rouge, are you a man?
Yes.
Barnacle, are you a woman?
Yes.
Art, man.
Yes.
Justice.
Yeah, I'm a dude.
Kind of hard to tell with you Dragonborn types.
That's true.
Yeah.
How do people tell? Do they like lift up the tail?
It's mostly the hair.
Oh, all right. So if they have it, then woman, and if they don't, then man.
Yeah.
This corner gets deeper.
I
It's like
love.
making up our own dragon like backlore now. I love it. Or writing the books.
So Justice and Art, how do you two know each other?
Well, I
Oh.
was a military man. First
Wait,
off,
were you?
how did you start as a paladin? I guess is where.
Okay,
'cause
well,
then I'll
as
just
a
latch
kid-
on to that.
As a kid, I was a dragonborn, not really well known. So I was, of course, in like the farms and everything. But when the farm got raided by the military found me and they couldn't, so they took me into the city. I was raised by a noble family, became part of the guard. Then the scandal happened when it was revealed they didn't have real hair. So I ran away. And that's recently, I guess, when I guess I could have ran into you at that point.
Okay, but you mentioned a soldier, so you served in the army. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, as a paladin would.
Okay, yeah. Then I just say we met in the army. Maybe you were on the battlefield. Maybe you know the secret that happened that I don't like people knowing about and I'm ashamed of, or something like that.
So, yeah.
Are you like Art? Are you just sort of sticking close to Justice to make sure he doesn't spoil this for anybody?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think the character, the way I rolled it, was that he's very, like the bond was that I would still lay down the life for the people that I served for. So Justice being one of those people, I'm just. I
Maybe
saw
you're a friend
him,
of mine.
Yeah, I saw him in combat and figured why not? We'll just stick with
Yeah,
him.
awesome. Barnacle, how did you attach yourself to these individuals?
Well, I mean, I didn't have a lot of stability growing up, and I sort of just stole to live and latched on where I needed to. And I noticed these fine gentlemen walking into town, and they didn't seem to know which way to go. So I, decided to help them out, and then showed them a good place to drink, and then let them buy some drinks. And well, they might not know it, but I'm part of the party now.
So are you a Gullet native?
Not really an anywhere native. I'm more with the
Okay.
gypsies traveling around. Yeah.
So maybe this was another town that you ran into this crew with, and you traveled with them to Gullet.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. I like that. And Rouge, what's your
Do you
story?
have a problem with me choosing my height and weight?
I don't.
All right. Well, then I'm really short. And I'm short and skinny even for an elf. And that caused me to be really ridiculed quite a bit as a kid. And
course.
that's what ended up turning me to be selfish and turning to a life of crime, so to speak, and leaving my homeland and in seek of experiences that will allow me to improve in my profession and become the greatest thief of all time. So I find myself in Gullet in looking for groups of people to team up with to try to,
Yeah. Do you maybe share a complex with that great elven general, Napoleonolon?
I really hope I'm not the only one that got that joke.
No,
Sure,
no, we get it.
I'll-
We're just waiting to see if you do or not. I've played with
Yes.
Steven, so I know that's lore. Like, I know
It's-
he's not just bullshitting. That's actually lore.
He's actually a distant relative, and I'm hoping to continue on it in his name. It's also
Okay.
little known that he was actually a rogue. It's a secret, and he conned his way into success in the political arena. So there you go.
The more
Distant
you know.
relative of Napoleonolon. I love it. Okay, great. So are you a Gullet native? Or have you been wandering in order to try and find somewhere you can shake
I am not a native, and I have found my way to Gullet to try to find a group of people to barnacle onto to try to get some treasure and some experience thieving.
Excellent. All right, great. So which of you was the one who Lord Ralst approached
I
originally?
would say Justice is the noble.
Justice.
So
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
that
sense.
makes sense.
I think
As a nobleman, of course.
I think Lord Ralston, his impression of that exchange is that he was kind of slumming it because he was kind of looking for ne'er-do-wells to sucker into doing something stupid for him. And also, like, he's kind of fallen out of noble circles. But maybe the fact that you were also had some sort of a noble background made him a little more comfortable, made you more approachable. Justice, how did that encounter go for you? Were you totally into this idea, or were you kind of incensed that he was approaching you with this?
What, the Dear God story? Right?
No, Lord Ralst, who's asking you to find the hand of Genric, his ancestor's jeweled hand.
I mean, honestly, being kicked out of the noble family is kind of hard and everything. Well, being kicked out, running away from the noble family is hard. I am running pretty low on proficiencies and everything, so anything right now to like make way is pretty much good to go for me. So I'm down with it.
All right.
What was the name of that guy again?
Ralst.
Ralph or Ralsk?
Ralst.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Great. So that's our intro.
cool.
JP, you want to take a break?
Before we do, can we cover spells for me and Barnacle?
Yeah. So the two of you can cast spells, and the way this works, and I saw a description on Reddit actually that I thought made a lot more sense to me than anything else I've seen, is like you are a restaurant, and every day you can change up the ingredients that you get for the restaurant, so you can make different dishes, but you can only serve a certain number of dishes. So the total spells you can cast per day is the number of dishes you can serve. You build your menu by choosing and preparing certain spells every day, but you have a larger number of spells that you can choose to prepare in order to build your menu, quote unquote. So, crap, I'm forgetting everybody's names. Barnacle, you will prepare a certain number of spells every morning, and you can change those up every day. And you don't have to only cast one of those spells one time. You can choose, for example, to cast Magic Missile with every spell slot you have, because you're serving the Magic Missile meal as many times as people order it, right? But you can choose to switch it up a whole bunch, no problem. And JP, you know all of the spells in the cleric spell list, unlike Barnacle here, who only has a certain number of spells that she knows. But like Barnacle, you prepare spells every morning, and then you can cast a number of spells from your prepared list.
So it's different in the sense that in older D&Ds, you could only cast that spell once. But
Yes.
you can cast a spell as many times as you want that day.
As long as you still have spell slots, yes. So like you
so
may
I
have
can cast it up to 6 times.
something like that. I think probably both of you start with 2 spell slots, so you'll only be able to cast spells twice per day.
Oh, okay. But we can still choose
Right. So you might prepare 6 spells, and of those 6 spells, you can cast 2 spells.
And where
so you can cast 1 spell twice, or 2 different spells, or whatever.
What governs the spells that we prepare? You say I have access to all, so I can cast any spell at any time. Only 2 per day.
You can cast 2 spells per day from the list of spells you've prepared. So let me look at exactly what the cleric says.
No, yeah, I'm looking at them right now. Yeah. So Bane, bless water, cause fear, command. Comprehend languages, blah, 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 all those.
So you will, every day when you prepare spells, you will choose a number of cleric spells equal to your wisdom modifier plus your cleric level, a minimum of 1. And those are the spells that you can prepare.
Oh, so it's wisdom plus, so my wisdom is +3, so I can do 4 spells per day?
You can prepare 4 spells. You only have 2 spells that you can cast per day, though. Take note in your chart here, spell slots per level. You also know 3 cantrips. So go to the wizard and cleric spell lists and choose a number of cantrips equal to the number that you know.
For me, are cantrips orisons? Is that the cleric version?
They're still called cantrips in this edition, actually.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's what they were. And cantrips, you can cast them as many times as you want. They're free. They don't cost spells, or they don't cost spell slots, and you can cast them as many times as you want. And many of them are actually powerful attacking abilities. So no longer are wizards forced to cast 1 spell and then do nothing for the rest of the time. Now they can cast, Firebolt.
And those can change per day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Oh, actually, no, your cantrips, you just know 3.
And that's
you
it?
You only have those 3, but you can cast those 3 as much time as you want.
Cool. So, hold on. Couldn't that be just lame as shit if I have Cure Minor Wounds and I just cast Cure Minor Wounds all day?
So let me take a look at exactly what Cure Minor Wounds is. I'm pretty sure Cure Minor Wounds only sort of stabilizes someone that's dying or something like that.
Okay. Maybe I'm just looking at the simplified list where it just cures 1 point of damage.
But it tickles really nice, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm a tickler. I don't know.
I don't even see that in the book.
There is no Cure Minor Wounds.
Really? So the thing that I'm looking at, it's not the book. I thought it was all the same. What are the cantrips then? Can you just read them off to me?
Guidance, Light, Mending, Resistance, Sacred Flame, Spare the Dying, and Thaumaturgy.
Are those in the player book? Or the basic rules?
That's on page 82.
Okay. I'll just pull them from there. I was pulling them from the D20 SRD, but...
Oh, yeah.
Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy? Whatever.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
And then you get to choose... every day you'll get to prepare 4 spells from the first level spell list here. So that's Bless, Command, Cure Wounds, Detect Magic, Guiding Bolt, Healing Word, Inflict Wounds, Sanctuary, and Shield of Faith. And then you'll be able to cast 2 of those every day.
Awesome. All right. And then what about for a paladin? What does he what does he have access to?
He gets spells at level 2.
Oh, yep. Okay. Fuck you, Waffle. You don't get shit.
Technically, I have level 1 spells, but yeah, level 2 is when I get them.
Okay, cool.
And he also has Lay on Hands. So he has 5 hit points times his level that he can heal as much or as little whenever he lays hands on somebody. So he could heal 1 hit point 5 different people, or he could heal 4 hit points to one person and 1 hit point to another people. You can also neutralize diseases and poisons by spending 5 hit points at a time.
Cool.
And suddenly we're back to tickling again.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And I wish the spell descriptions were not alphabetical. I wish they were listed by level. That's annoying as shit. Oh well. I'll get through it. Anyone else have any questions before we take a break?
Nope.
I had a question and I completely spaced it, so never mind.
Well, if you have a question during break, we can figure that out. And
no problem.
Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. We'll take our first break here. We take breaks every hour. They're 3 to 5 minutes long, and then we'll come back and actually jump into the story. So we will see you guys in just a bit. More roleplay one shots coming up right after this.